like the New Year's resolution?
To read more.
To eat
Eat
more?
more?
Read more.
Don't eat more.
Okay, no eating more.
SJ.
How about work out and actually look like a sportscaster?
Yeah, you could work on that, I think. And Minnie Mouse, what about you?
To catch up with you guys in my height.
Okay, that's not a resolution.
Can I do that?
That's impossible.
Grow a little bit, right? That's almost as hard as mine, right? But before we get to mine, what's yours?
Brush up on my French.
For the 5th year in a row.
That's right.
Okay, that's because my New Year's resolution is also to lose weight
I
for the
knew
5th
that.
year in a row.
that.
And,
We
it's
knew
been broken
that.
every single year.
Impossible. All right, we're not gonna go live to Korea's East Coast into Pohang. This is where you can catch the first glimpse of the sunrise, the first sunrise of 2014. Lots of people there. The sun is yet to rise.
That's right. This is the prime location, and we will be bringing you the sunrise when it does appear today.
That's right. But on our first edition of Korea Today in 2014. With the rapidly changing dynamics surrounding Korea, we take a look at what factors will shape the year 2014 on the political and economic front and bring you a forecast for the new year.
2014, the year of the blue horse. Each year in Korea is marked by one of 12 animals, all representing different characteristics for its year. What does the blue horse have in store? On Wednesday, January 1st, 2014.
From Arirang News, this is Korea Today.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. The year 2014 is here. Better get used to saying that, 2014, right? How did you greet in the new year?
With you at 4 in the morning with a meeting.
Well, with me, I slept through the.
Well, that's right, for the
ring.
countdown.
That's
No,
right, for the countdown.
Because of our early schedule, I did have to sacrifice the countdown.
We're such
and just went to
boring
sleep
people,
at,
right?
Yes, exactly. Morning shows will do that to you.
Well, an estimated 100,000 people gathered to see the ringing of the bell at Bosinggak, a pavilion located in Jongno-gu. They counted the final 10 seconds of 2013 and greeted in the new year in style.
Yes, that's right. And that is the ringing of the bell there. And of course, many people showed up, including Mayor Park Won-soon. Everyone had something to say for the new year. Mayor Park Won-soon wished for the happiness of citizens and a year where wishes came true. Citizens on location, though, had different hopes for the new year, and many wished for the well-being of their loved ones as well as themselves, and the stabilization of the economy was a big one there. University students and graduates, they hoped that this year would yield good job opportunities, and also men of the age of serving in the military service, they hoped that this year would leave a lot of memories and that they would be able to serve in the military well and come out healthy.
All right, what kind of stories are making headlines on this first day of 2014? We're going to get a check on that with Na Hyun-kyung.
And Happy New Year once again, everyone. And President Park Geun-hye sent her best wishes for the new year as well. In her address to the nation, the president talked about maintaining peace and stability on the Korean peninsula. But topping her list of things to do in the year 2014 was reviving the economy.
새해가 밝았습니다. 어렵게 시작한 경기 회복의 불씨를 반드시 살려내서 경제를 활성화하고 민생을 안정시키는데 국가적 역량을 집중해 나갈 것입니다. 국민 여러분께서도 힘을 모아 경제 도약의 발판을 마련하는 데 함께 해주시기 바랍니다.
Now, meanwhile, presidential spokesperson Kim Heng has offered to resign on Tuesday. Kim says she needs time off, but some others say it might be the presidential office's decision to focus more on public relations in the new year. As to who will succeed her post, no names have been brought up as of yet. While everyone else was busy celebrating the new year, legislators were burning the midnight oil trying to pass this year's budget. After passing the 356 trillion won or 337 billion US dollar budget bill through the Special Budget Review Committee just a few minutes before ringing in the new year, lawmakers gave the final green light at around 5 a.m. on this New Year's Day. Budgets for the nation's spy agency as well as the cyber military Judiciary Unit, both accused of meddling in the 2012 presidential race, have been reduced significantly, but the parliament upheld the government's proposal to secure more than 100 trillion won or $95 billion for welfare. The National Assembly has failed to pass the budget bill before the new year for the second year in a row, while missing the legal deadline for 11 consecutive years. The nation's longest ever rail strike is over and the workers have returned to their posts, but more time will be required until operations can return to normal levels. The state-run operator Korail says it will normalize operations of trains in the metropolitan area by January 6th and the high-speed KTX as well as freight trains by the 14th. The government has pledged to better prepare for similar situations in the future.
In order to prevent future public inconvenience caused by illegal workouts, the government will come up with thorough mid- and long-term measures, such as securing substitute workers and expanding the scope of mandatory services.
Korail says it will follow through with its disciplinary actions against the nearly 8,000 workers who took part in the strike. The price of residential and industrial gas is set to go up by 5.8% on average starting today. The Korea Gas Corporation says the price hike was inevitable given the recent jump in raw material prices on top of rising demands for gas following the intermittent shutdowns of several of the nation's nuclear reactors. The price of gas for households will go up by 5.7%, which roughly translates into an additional $4 each month. The industrial sector will see a 6% increase and the service sector a 5.5% hike. This is the third time since last year that gas prices have gone up. In February last year, the price jumped by 4% and 0.5% in August.
And once again, Happy New Year, everyone. Time for a look through your newspaper headlines now. On this first day of 2014, the glorious photograph of horses, racehorses to be exact, galloping through the warm sunbeams enveloping a ranch in Hallasan Mountain. The year of the snake is behind us, and we enter the year of the horse. Our front pages this morning showcase the daily's respective New Year's wishes on this occasion, and Korea Economic Daily's headline reads, "Rock the World with Entrepreneurial Spirit." The subheadlines say that Korea's GDP has been stuck in the $20,000 range for the last 7 years, and that it's high time to ride out of the rut with out-of-the-box thinking. Now, some of the poisonous hurdles to vault over include numbness to low growth, the illusion of being an advanced nation, and a so-called infertile economy, according to the paper there. The push for enterprise comes as the Business Daily survey found that nearly no elementary students dreamt of becoming an entrepreneur when they grew up, and 7 out of 10 said that there was no business persons they looked up to. Scooting over to Joseon Ilbo next, its headline reads, "A united Korea will pave the way for a prosperous East Asia." This a paraphrase of the renowned social theorist and professor at the Frankfurt School, Jürgen Habermas, who is pictured just underneath the image there, who challenged Seoul to look at inter-Korean relations beyond a military context and encourage engagement by civilians. That reconciliation between the divided Koreas could act as a catalyst toward an East Asia that is more cooperative and communicative. Meanwhile, the front page image you were seeing there shows the 69-year-old barbed wire wall that keeps people on either side apart from one another, but certainly beautiful cranes there, don't you think? All right, scooting on over to Donga Ilbo next. As you can see, we have a similar image there of horses, and the corresponding headline has a play on words. The letter mal actually means both horse and talk, or words, and the headline reads, "Your words will change the world," underscoring the power behind the words that we speak. The subheadlines say that half of the elementary students the Daily talked to said the greatest concern that they had was verbal abuse. And scooting right on through 중앙일보, it has a very unique front page this morning. It's a agenda under the umbrella of a dignified Korea, the first of which is, it says, is not I, but we, hopefully, the mindset we can adopt in the new year. And finally, 경향신문's image title reads, Let's be fine this year, as a response to the How Are You poster campaigns that we saw at the end of last year. A handful of well-wishers there on display. College student Choi Boram at the very left there, wishing for a good job this year so she can be generous with her giving. And Kim Sun-tae right here to my right, hoping for a fine year for young people and the elderly alike. All right, well, with that, we'll wrap your look at what's in print on this New Year's Day. Markets were closed yesterday, so we'll toss it right back over to Young and Minjung.
Thank you, Eunice. And hurry up and you might be able to catch the first sunrise of 2014.
Ooh, exciting.
And speaking of the first sunrise, I believe the sun is set to rise at 7:30 a.m. this morning. And we'll go right to our reporter, Jessie Day, who is standing by in Pohang, in Homigot, Pohang.
That's right. That is the prime location there. And Jesse has what's happening around there in the area. Jesse, how are you? Good morning and Happy New Year.
Hello guys, I am here in Gyeongsang-bukdo in Pohang at a place called Homigot, and it is 2014, the year of the horse. And I can think of no better way to usher in the New Year's than right here on Korea Today with you guys. Now here at Homigot, we're along the eastern coast of Korea, which makes it ideal for viewing the sunrise because the sunrise comes up here first. We can see it before other people in the rest of the country, and I am absolutely astounded at the amount of people that have showed up despite the cold weather and despite the early hour to make a New Year's wish, a New Year's resolution along with the first sunrise of 2014. So just in a moment at about 7:32, the sun will be coming over the horizon, the first sunrise of 2014, and I'll be here to share it with you, so stay tuned for that. Back to you guys.
The first sunrise of 2014 will take place in about 20 minutes from now. Okay,
Right.
we'll wait for that.
Yes, we will be looking forward to that. You can see that the skies are already illuminating just a
That's
tad
right,
bit.
ever so slightly. We're now going to get a check on the weather with our Ida-mi, who joins us from Namsan in Seoul.
Good morning,
Good morning,
and
Happy New Year.
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year! 새해 복 많이 받으세요! Right now, I'm reporting live from Namsan to check the first sunrise of the year 2014. Now, here in Seoul, we're expecting the sun to rise at about 7:46 a.m. But as for the weather, right now, this morning, it is fairly mild. Temperatures are at 0.6 degrees Celsius. However, you may want to keep in mind that the level of fine dust has risen just a bit. Now, later in the day, we may receive just a very small amount of snow or rain, but throughout this week, we'll be seeing mild and clear conditions. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather around the nation. Now, here in Seoul, highs will reach up to 7, Daejeon and Gangneung at 8, Daegu, Busan, and Gwangju at 10, Jeju the warmest at 12 degrees. That's all I have for the weather. I'll be back in the latter half to show you the first sunrise of the year 2014 here in Seoul.
So, all right, we saw many ups and downs in the year 2013 on the nation's political front, but what should we expect in the year 2014? Let's now find out how some of the issues will continue to make the headlines this year. As we look forward to the new year, I have here two guests with me to talk about what to expect in the year 2014 on the political front, not only domestically, but also in terms of inter-Korean as well as international relations. We have Professor Song Se-ryun from Kyung University and Dr. Kim Byung-ju from KLNP Consulting. We have a provincial election coming up in June.
Right.
So would that serve as a gauge then as to how the public are viewing how the Park Geun-hye administration did.
I think that would be somewhat of a referendum of this government, and the government should feel that even if they do a good job in the end, if they cannot produce a certain results or certain, at least a vision that people can understand by the time the 6-4 election comes around, they'll suffer a defeat. And that's going to impede the drive or the political environment to move forward when a lot of things that they have to move forward.
Right. The government itself faces a real tricky situation here because it has announced early on from the beginning of the administration their achievement will be, on the economic side, will be judged by creation of jobs.
Right.
And 70% employment rate.
Yes, we still have a long way to go.
And for that, government has introduced ideas of this hourly work and different kinds of schemes and like different kind of packages of labor-related issues. But now the government needs labor's cooperation.
All right. So now the million-dollar question: what will happen with North Korea? Do any of you have an answer for that?
I thought you have already asked several million-dollar questions so far.
I think that what we know for sure is that we don't know enough. We have to assume the worst, I think. We have to assume that North Korea could collapse any minute. And that could create a tremendous challenge not only to South Korea, but China, and also in the global governance sense, the regional power dynamics.
Any presence of force or power that could replace that number 2 position of Jang Sang-taek itself is not imaginable at this point, especially the way the situation has been handled. I think a lot of people, other than Kim Jong-un himself, would be very much afraid to say the things that could go against this young 20-something leader's views and perspective, and that only increases the possibility of risk and uncertainty here.
All right, so another million-dollar question coming up for you too. What will happen to the Korean-Japanese bilateral relations?
Now with Prime Minister Abe's visit of Yasukuni Shrine on December 26th or 7th, I forget the exact date itself, but anyway, that's going to make everything all the more difficult.
I think looking at it from a kind of domestic side in Japan, I think a lot depends on what happens in Abenomics, how successful it is.
What I'm seeing is Abe is still going even further on this nationalistic front in order to solidify whatever the support he has on the right wing. So as the economy further slows down and not showing real signs of the recovery, I think he'll go further into the direction of nationalistic, confrontational direction of managing his policy, therefore causing even greater trouble in the region. Right. That's my bet.
Good, we have a disagreement. I think the Japanese silent majority is kind of taking a step back and looking at Shinzo Abe.
Let's kick him out. I don't think that would be possible.
The economy would be the key.
I mean, that would totally make it even more difficult for President Park Geun-hye to sit down one-on-one with Shinzo Abe. She has already sat down with U.S. President Barack Obama, Chinese leader Xi Jinping. So in the year 2014, will Abe and President Park be able to sit down and have sincere talk?
Talking about that point, I think President Park Geun-hye herself has a lot to do here. She has done a reasonably very good job during the last year, 2013, in managing the foreign affairs as a whole. But I think the new task for her is finding on her own way out of this current dilemma of Korea-Japan relations.
All right, so the year 14, we will look forward to all the things that you mentioned. I feel like we've become some kind of fortune tellers here, talking about things that we don't know if it will happen or not. But thank you very much, nonetheless, for joining us today and talking about the year 2014. And best of luck, and wish you guys the best for the new year. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Yeah. in the
The
East
place
Coast.
to
The
be.
place to be, but the place that I've never went. I've never
been,
been to so
right?
far.
All right, well, you're watching our New Year's edition of Korea Today. We've looked at some of the issues that are in store for us this year in the political arena. Another big question is, of course, the outlook on the economy. And our Angela Park joins us for more on that. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed. I can't believe 2013's gone already. But yes, a lot of things to look forward to. So I am here to talk about some key indicators of what to expect for this year in terms of the Korean economy, not to mention the world economy as well. This is all from a compilation of reports from local and foreign institutes. So let's take a closer look.
At the end of last year, Korean and global institutes put out their forecasts for 2014, predicting both Korea and the world economy will enter a stage of recovery. So how will Korea fare in 2014? Most projections put the country's annual growth rate in the upper 3% range in 2014. But consumer and business sentiment has yet to pick up on this mood.
경제가 너무 어려워요. 손님들이 돈이 없어요. 장사가 너무 안 돼. 마음 놓고 사면 한 20만 원 훌떡 넘어버려. 그러니까 마트 오기가 무서워.
Many consumers still feel that prices are too high. But fortunately, the rate of consumer price increases will stop at around 2%, which is under the target inflation rate for price stability. Also, with the pickup in the economy, people's incomes are expected to see an increase, which will lead to growing purchasing power. Consumer spending is predicted to grow by approximately 3.6%.
Companies need to stimulate the economy with investment, also the service industry, which makes up for the largest portion of Korea's business sector, and the housing market will be very important. The government will focus on policies in these industries to boost domestic consumption in 2014.
The housing market is worth noting. Will the crisis in jeonse prices or the lump sum deposit-based rental system from last year gain some stability?
In 2014 again, the core problem of the housing industry will be the deposit-based rental system, the jeonse crisis. Although there will be a small increase in the supply of deposit-based rentals, it's still not enough to meet demands and stabilize the rental rates.
What do young Koreans hope for this year?
내년에 지금 자격증 공부하고 있는데 그게 따서 이제 취업도 잘 되고 잘 성공했으면 좋겠어요.
For people in search of jobs, this may be some good news. This year, it's estimated there will be about 400,000 more job openings compared to last year. But the newly available jobs will mostly be hourly jobs, targeting workers in the older age bracket. So for the younger Koreans looking for work, the prospects may not be all that bright. But the sentiment from companies is somewhat different. According to a report, roughly 60% of 600 businesses predicted this year's economic growth will be less than 3%. Also, they were not positive about the business environment for 2014.
It's natural that the forecasts of government and research institutions are different from businesses' outlooks. Companies mainly focus on exports and manufacturing, so these forecasts reflect the uncertainty about foreign markets and pressure coming from the government's economic democratization policies.
In order to boost Korea's domestic economy, companies need to earn profits through exports to trigger a trickle-down effect. So what can we expect from the global economy? Recently, the International Monetary Fund projected the global economy will grow 3.6%, which is higher than last year's growth rate at 2.9%. And leading this trend will be the economic recovery in advanced nations.
The main force will be the recovery of the US economy, which has dictated the global market. It's also expected that economic growth will continue in developed countries in Europe, Japan and others. With continuous economic recovery in developed countries, we hope to see an overall growth in the global market.
The U.S. housing market is expected to maintain a positive outlook, and with improvements in exports and manufacturing, the U.S. economic growth rate has been projected to hit the mid-2% range. As a result of Abenomics, Japan is also predicted to see one of the most notable growth trends among advanced nations. On the other hand, leading economic powerhouses such as China and other new emerging economies will not likely be able to hold on to their past rapid growth trends.
Okay, so we've just looked at some of the economic indicators and some of the things that we can expect in the domestic economy as well as the world economy.
Right.
But I believe that several agencies predict that Korea's economic growth forecast will be at least at 3% or more in 2014. But there are a lot of outside opinions that are saying that this is a rather generous estimate there. Where does this doubtful sentiment come from?
Well, we have a lot of different areas of concern. Like, for example, we have a lot of people concerned about heating prices increasing, and that's, of course, because cost of gas is going up by 5.8%. That's actually starting today. But overall, if you actually think about prices, they haven't gone up. They haven't increased by too much, relatively speaking. But still, the public, when it comes to consumers, not to mention businesses, they still feel that the economy isn't recovering fast enough, not to mention that prices are still too high. So, I mean, we have a lot of plans that the government is planning to roll out for this year. For example, this month, they're planning to try to tackle, of course, the ever-looming problem of household debt, not to mention trying to lower the prices, consumer prices of daily necessities for the people. In March, we also have plans to try to tackle, we have the plans to spend, of course, when it comes to spending on private education. If, believe it or not, it comes out to $19 billion a year in Korea. So quite a problem. We, of course, had the 10 different measures introduced this year, trying to stimulate the housing market. So different fields, all trying to stimulate the economy.
I mean, President Park did mention that her first and foremost thing to do in the year 2014 is to revive the economy. So we will have to see how this will, how the economy will pick up this year.
Exactly. That seems to be on the list of everyone out there, and many people who did say their wishes for the year 2014 was economy, and that was the key word there.
Have more money in the pocket, you know.
All right. Well, before you go, what's your New Year's resolution? I'm going to ask all our guests today.
To be a kinder person.
Oh, you're already kind.
You're
what are you talking about?
I noticed that you're a very mean person.
To make more money.
Yes, that sounds more like it.
Just kidding.
Thank you, Angela, for that.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
All right, so we talked about our New Year's resolutions. I wonder what other people's New Year's resolutions are and their hopes and wishes for the new year.
All right, we'll take a look.
이제 2014년 말띠해를 맞아서 우리 가족들 모두 말처럼 활기차게 뛰어다니는 한 해가 되었으면 좋겠습니다.
안녕하세요. I wish the best for all the world.
2014년에도 한 해 행복하고 모두가 건강하고 안전한 한 해가 되었으면 좋겠습니다.
2014년도에 학교 다니는데 학교가 어떨지 궁금해요. 그리고 빨리 다녔으면 좋겠어요.
2014년은 다 함께 행복해질 수 있는 사회가 되었으면 좋겠습니다.
And hopefully become engaged with my wonderful girlfriend, Anne. So that's my New Year's wish.
2014년에는 2013년보다 공부를 더 열심히 잘하고 싶습니다.
아르바이트 열심히 해서 등록금도 제가 벌고 어머니도 효도시켜드리고 싶습니다.
What do I hope for 2014 is for good health, happiness.
I'll probably travel a lot more, work less, drink more wine.
2014년도에는 모두 건강하시고 하는 일 다 소망이 이루셨으면 좋겠습니다. 모두 행복하고 건강하세요.
Happy New Year!
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
우리 가족
파이팅! 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
We wish you a Happy New Year. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
It really Feels like the new year now.
That's right. May all those wishes come true in the year 2014. It's 7:30 a.m. here in Korea. I wonder if the sun is up just yet.
Well, from the looks of it, it looks like illumination is in the air. We'll go back over to Pohang where Jessie Day is joining us. Jessie, tell us the situation over there. It looks very bright and jubilant.
Here I am back in Pohang, and the people have continued to gather and continue to celebrate 2014. And the sun is just starting to come over the horizon right now. The sky is clearing up, and people are beginning to make their New Year's wishes for 2014. So let's ask somebody around here what their wish is. Oh, hello. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Yeju.
Yeju. What was it? Heju, right? Yeju, okay. So what is your wish for 2014?
전 남자친구 생겼으면 좋겠어요.
Okay, I'll do a little bit of translation there. She said she wants to find a new boyfriend this year, so the best of luck with that. Definitely a great wish to have. And why don't we say Happy New Year to everybody at home? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year!
Okay, well, today is the New Year's Day of 2014. It's also the year of the horse. Now, there are 12 animals that represent each year, and also these animals go in a cycle of, obviously, 12 years, right? So this year, the year of the horse, it was repeated in 1966, 1978, as well as the year 1990.
We can do the math, yes.
just to help you out a little bit and sound a little bit smart, I could do my additions and subtractions, right? Kim Chan-ji joins us with more on what the year of the horse has for us. Good morning,
Good morning.
Chan-ji.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Well, as you mentioned, yes, this is the year of the horse, and Korean people in particular, they like to predict the whole year according to the meaning and the symbol of the animal sign of that year. The horse traditionally is known as the animal that brings good luck to both Eastern and Western countries. So let's take a look at what we have in store for 2014.
The year 2014 marks the year of the horse, an animal that has traditionally assisted and accompanied people. In Asia, the horse is seen as a holy animal, an ambassador from heaven and a mystical creature that signals the birth of a prominent figure. For Koreans in particular, the horse is a symbol of strength and vitality.
I was born in 1990, the year of the horse, so I think that's why I have a sense of affection for horses.
Horses have a very adventurous image, so I think 2014 will be a year full of hope.
Among many animals, it is said that horses are particularly beautiful animals out of many others. They have the strength to make powerful advancements with their speedy movements.
This is why Korea has produced many car models such as Pony, Galloper, Equus, which all symbolize horses.
This year, 2014, celebrates the year of Blue Horse in 60 years, which is drawing much anticipation.
It was named after the Chinese character Cap, meaning blue. Traditionally, the blue horse is known for its adventurous and brisk personality. In the East, these blue horses are considered those with vibrant energy, while in the West, they are considered the same as unicorns that bring good luck.
There are many animals that bond well with humans, but I think it is notable that you can enjoy sports with horses. They are gentle and tamed, so that's why many people love horses.
Animal zodiacs are particularly popular at the year end and the opening of the new year. For this year, many retailers have come up with horse year-related products. You can see these products firsthand at the department store with a variety of products on sale for the year of the horse. Horseshoe-shaped gold bars released last month have already made whopping 85 million won, or $80,000 in sales.
I'm expecting a niece or nephew soon in the year of the horse. I came here to look for a meaningful present.
Since we started selling gold bars shaped into horseshoes at our store for the Year of the Horse, our sales increased more than tenfold. Many of our customers are looking for horseshoe-shaped jewelry.
Many companies have released these horse-related products in the market, targeting those hoping for a better new year and for those born in the year of the horse. But myths related to the year of the horse are also drawing attention, and some are voicing concerns over a potential low birth rate.
The horse is an animal that represents strength, and because of that, many people say that women born under this sign is supposed to be a bad luck. According to the previous data, the birth rate of baby girls were much lower than the boys in the past years of horse.
But this superstition actually originated during Japanese colonial period. Even looking back at the Joseon dynasty, many queens were born in the year of the horse. Particularly this year, there are some expectations for prominent figures in the political and business circles who were born in the year of the horse to leap forward and drive the country's economic growth.
Whenever it is a blue horse year, it is believed that the animal gives hope to many people. But if a young horse acts carelessly as it grows up, it can hurt itself. Still, in general, it is a good year where horses will gallop out across vast lands.
2014 is the year of the blue horse, so many hope that the new year is full of vigorous energy.
And joining us this morning are two unicorns, right? I was like, what is this? One unicorn and one donkey, it looks like, but they're very cute. And so these are some of the products that they're coming up with for the year 2014. And there are many events too, I hear, huh?
That's right, events specifically for the consumers who are born in the year of horse. So I advise you take the most opportunity when it's on. And also I saw many products that are made with the theme of horse, like home supplies or the interior pieces. And actually not only Korea, but also China is very active on this kind of animal sign related marketing for the new year. Also international sport brand or the luxury designer brands, they also have released the limited edition of their products for the new year of horse. So you can go and check them out.
So everyone seems to be getting in on the action here. The year of the rat and the year of the dragon, all these different years have a certain characteristic or trait, and people hope for different things. For example, year of the dragon, they hope for an economic prosperity because the dragon ascends to the skies or something like that, right? Well, the year of the horse has its own type of trait, right? The horse has its own personality as well.
That's right. It has traits, and many people believe that the horse symbolizes hope, liveliness, and quickness. Yeah.
All right, so a lot of hope there.
Through, right?
But that does really look like a donkey there. Right? It looks a little bit out of place.
What are you talking about? It looks like a horse to me. It's a very cute horse.
Right.
All right, Chanju, thank you so much for joining us today and all that information on the year of the horse.
My pleasure.
Okay, well, still ahead on Korea Today to celebrate the new year. Our chef, Korea Today's chef, Andreas Krompel, will join us and make some tteokguk for us. And before he does that, he will head out to Ganghwa-do Island, known for its rich ingredients for cooking. And he sets out to transform a conventional New Year's dish into something with an added flavor. So do stay tuned for that.
Now that is what we should be doing.
Yes. Not me, though.
Hitting the slopes there, right? Okay, the year 2013 had a lot of news for sports stars here in Korea and abroad, but the year 2014 seems to hold a lot in store for international sporting events. SJ joins us. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, guys. You know, it might be the year of the horse, but it's also the year of sports as well, whether it be the Sochi Winter Olympics, which is coming up shortly in February. We have the FIFA World Cup in Brazil in June, and of course, the Incheon Asian Games in September. And we have a lot of these star athletes to look forward to. Kim Yeon-ah, who's, by the way, is born on in the year of the horse, 1990, and Park Tae-won, and so forth. So what we're going to do today is take a glimpse at what we can expect for 2014 in the world of sports. Let's take a look.
2014 is an exciting year full of prominent sports events, one after another. In February, we have the Sochi Winter Olympics, in June, the FIFA World Cup in Brazil, and in September, the Incheon Asian Games. With 2014 being the year of the horse, it seems like sports fans will be racing to watch competition after competition. In February in Sochi, thousands will gather and millions will tune in to celebrate the Winter Games and sportsmanship at the Sochi Winter Olympics. 250 athletes from 80 countries will compete to win gold medals in 98 sports games. Continuing 2006 Torino Winter Olympics and 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics, Korea is hoping to place once again among the top 10 nations with the most Olympic medal wins for the third time. Some say Olympic speed skater Lee Sang-hwa and Lee Seung-hoon already have the gold medals in their bags.
I won a medal in previous competitions, so I know many people are hoping that I do well again. I will pour all my energy into my training and fully prepare for the Olympics.
Kim Yeon-ah made history at 2010's Vancouver Winter Olympics, receiving the highest score ever in women's figure skating. She'll be retiring after the Olympics, so many are looking forward to her grand performance.
The Sochi Winter Olympics will be my second time competing in the Olympics and also my last. I hope to enjoy it and have the best experience.
For a month, soccer fans all around the world will lose sleep over the World Cup tournaments held in Brazil. With Brazil being one of the favorites to win, 32 national soccer teams will travel to Brazil for a fierce battle for the cup. It's Korea's 8th consecutive time qualifying for the World Cup, so Korea has proved once again to be one of Asia's leading soccer powers. Under the command of head coach Hong Young-go, Korea's national soccer team is hoping to advance to the round of 16 for the second consecutive time.
Next month, we'll go into spring training and prepare for the friendly matches until March. I'm planning to select players for the World Cup during these matches and do my best to get our national team ready for the World Cup.
Korea is in Group H along with Belgium, Russia, and Algeria. Experts say that all four national teams in Group H are similar in strength, so it looks like it'll be a fierce competition to advance to the next round. If Korea wins the first two games against Russia and Algeria, then it's a green light to the round of 16. Including athletes and delegates from 45 countries, members from the media, operation personnel, and others, a total of 50,000 people are expected to gather in Incheon. Korea's goal is to place second for the 5th consecutive time, and because it's at home, it's possible. Marine boy Park Tae-hwan will compete at Munhak Park Tae-hwan Aquatic Center, a center named after himself, to defend his 3 titles for the 3rd time in a row. Son Yeon-jae, who placed 5th at the 2012 London Olympics, has already kicked off her intensive training. One of Korea's leading games is archery, and the national archery team is preparing for the Asian Games through a heated competition with the national team qualifying matches, as well as frequent participation in international competitions.
The national archery team is training hard and focusing on keeping good scores. I believe if we focus and stick to our training schedule, we'll be able to see great results at the Asian Games.
2014 will be a busy year with sports events, so are you ready? Well, best of luck to all the athletes as we cheer them on.
I am ready to root for Korea.
All right, good. Go you.
Yes.
All right, I can't believe there's only 1 month left until the Sochi Winter Games. So what are some of the categories that we should keep an eye on?
You know, everyone's going to talk about the short track. Everyone's going to talk about speed skating, especially because of the recent success of the Lee Sang-hwa, the Mo Tae-bum, and the Lee Seung-hoon, the trio of the speed skater. But this time, you know, there are 2 events I think a lot of people are going to focus on this time here in the nation. One is luge, and this is bobsledding. This is a
Luge.
two-people bobsledding. And what's interesting about this is the fact that Korea doesn't really have a training facility for luge. Yet, earlier this year, they were able to win a gold medal for the first time. And now there's a high expectation for this luge team. And also, believe it or not, check this out, guys. Women's curling team is one of the favorites to win the gold medal this year at the Sochi Winter Games. And Canada is actually a powerhouse when it comes to curling, but Korea actually beat Canada earlier this year. So these are probably the two big events to look forward to. And of course, not just the Sochi Winter Games, but also the Incheon Asian Games. This is big for the first time in 12 years that this will take place in Korea. And a lot of people, because of the Korean wave, because of the Hallyu, more and more people are going to be coming to Incheon to check out the Asian Games. So it is a win-win situation for the Asian Games.
All right, so this is going to be a jam-packed season for the winter as well as the summer when the Asian Games does come.
It's going to be busy for me.
Okay, busy times ahead
Sleepless
for
nights.
you.
That's right.
Thank you, SJ.
Always a pleasure, guys.
All right, we saw a blurry image of the sunrise in Pohang. I hope it's a different story here in Seoul.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a better view, and we'll try to get that for you with Lee Dami joining us. Dami, over to you.
I'm back reporting live from Namsan, one of Seoul's main attractions to watch the first sunrise of the year 2014. Now, as you can see, out and about early this morning are so many people. I feel like every other person from Seoul has come out this morning to watch the first sunrise. Now, early this morning, the cable car and circular route buses are already operating. Also near the Palgakjang, the Octagon Pavilion, the N Seoul Tower has opened up 4 hours earlier than usual and opened up the observatory at 6 a.m. Now, also every year there is a festival that opens with the first sunrise of the new year with culture performances, also the wishing of making New Year's resolutions, and also the cracking of a gourd to bring good luck for the new year. And of course, you can't forget the countdown to the actual first sunrise and the shouting of all of the people together to bring in the new year of the 2014. Now, we don't have much time. I think we only have like a few seconds or a few minutes until the first sunrise. I know the sky is a bit blurry right now because of the fine dust and there is some fog in the air, but right now we're waiting for the first sunrise to come here at 7:46 a.m. Everyone is probably going to be making their wish as the first sunrise does come up, so that's definitely something that what we should be doing as well. All I can say is that the atmosphere here is just amazing. There are so many people out here this morning and the energy is just like at 100%. Hopefully somehow through the screen, this energy will be able to go out to all of our viewers for Korea Today. And all I can say is I wish everyone a happy New Year's, and hopefully you'll start the year off, 2014 off with joy and many blessings. That's all I have for now. I'm Idami, Korea Today. Happy New Year! 새해 복 많이 받으세요!
A bit hazy, but
yeah, the
still,
clouds are spoiling it, but still, that is the first sunrise for 2014.
I'll take it.
Am I smelling something good? Nice?
Well,
Yes.
it's January 1st, and here in Korea, New Year is not complete until you have your tteokguk, the first tteokguk of the year, and our chef Andreas Krompel is standing by with that, right? Good morning. Happy New
Good
Year.
morning and Happy New Year once again from the Korean kitchen side. Yes, and I had an amazing trip recently where I learned about a special recipe from a special lady. So.
Okay, and I know that's special. Andreas actually told me before the show that this is going to be a fusion recipe of something that he learned along with the traditional Korean tteokguk or rice cake soup. We went to Ganghwa-do Island though, and it was Andreas' first time there. And it's only an hour away, but it's a place where you can really get a sense of the tradition of the food. We'll take you to Ganghwa-do. So Andreas, have you been here before?
No, it's my first time.
Okay, so we are at Ganghwa-do Island. It's in the jurisdiction of Incheon Metropolitan City. It's the 5th largest island in Korea.
Oh,
and it's also
wow.
home to one of the top 5 mud flats in the world.
Interesting, very interesting.
Okay, so we'll go inside and take a look at what they're selling in the market.
Yes, yes. Excellent.
This is the 외포항 젓갈 수산시장. 젓갈 수산시장, and it's home to a lot of dried fish as well as the salted fermented fish, the stuff that we use for seasoning and such.
Yes. I used some of that before.
All right. So you could taste this. Yeah, you want to try this? It doesn't look.
I like them baked and stuff, but
oh, it's so good. This is the best, I think.
Is it? Has a nice bite. It's quite fresh. You can taste the chili a bit. It's beautiful balance. I like this one.
But you want some rice now?
Would be much better with rice. No.
So Andreas, we're at another very famous and old and traditional marketplace here in Gangwon-do Island, and it's here at the 풍물시장. It's called the 오일장. In English, that would be the 5-day marketplace.
Yeah.
Hey Andreas, do you remember the shepherd's purse?
Of course, they're a little bit smaller than the one I used last time, but they're beautiful.
Yeah, they do look great, right?
Yeah.
아주머니 이게 얼마예요? 2,000원? 2,000원. It's 2,001 for this. 이거 다요?
For the whole
thing.
Whole bag.
So can you make that thing that you made last time?
Absolutely.
뭐 하시는 분이에요?
So what do you do? She wants to know what you do.
Oh, I'm a professional chef.
요리사입니다.
Wow, this is nice. Well, it has been an awesome day. Thank you so much for showing me around.
Are you gonna go?
But I gotta have to meet someone very special, so.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for the day.
Good. It was fun.
We'll see you back in the studio.
Okay.
We'll cook some of the ingredients for you. I take that with me. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Bye, Andreas.
Bye, see you then.
So I pay for the bill?
Oh wow, this must be the doenjangs here. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
You must be doenjang Ajuma. Wow, what are you doing down here?
I'm firing up the hwangto red clay room. We use wood for the furnace.
They look like bricks. So, Ajuma, what is it?
Meju, Korea's traditional doenjang, is made with soybean paste. You need to ferment the soybeans first. Bacteria will grow into good mold.
Would it be possible to show me how to make this, Meju?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's a me, I guess. Oh, it's not only good fun, it's also good for cold feet. I think it needs to be evenly mashed up, so I'm not very experienced in that, but I'm trying my best.
There's the sun.
That's right. There's the meju, and there's the sun.
Now we're actually going to make some food using her specially made doenjang. What is this beautiful product here, and there's some different ingredients, and she's going to teach me how to make that now. So I'm looking forward to have some insights in her cooking.
Yes.
I'm going to make tteokguk with doenjang broth.
Wait until it comes to the boil. Now we're adding the rice cake.
Making tteokguk against the beautiful backdrop, against the first sunrise of 2014. How beautiful.
And the perfect
winter
breakfast
dish.
with an added
Very
twist.
balanced flavors, really, really nice. Well, that's what's going to be my lunch today, but I promise I'll bring some back to the studio and cook some for you when I'm back there. So thank you so much for teaching me all those things and giving me insight on how to make all those items. So really appreciate it. 감사합니다.
And that is the first sunrise of the year 2014 as shown from Namsan.
That's right. At about 7:46 a.m. That was
our
when
cameraman
the sun
is
was
shaking.
scheduled to.
There's
it's
a lot of
packed with
people
people.
trying to
That's
get
right.
that perfect shot,
And
right?
make the first New Year's wishes. Right. Such a romantic scene, I must
Please
say.
help me lose weight. Please help me lose weight.
We'll have to see if that wish
Well, it's not going to happen today with Andrea's cooking over there.
All right, back to you, Chef.
Well, amazing trip, and I'm just adding that secret ingredient, what I learned how to make. First of all, I made here this beautiful cake, and then we made the paste out of that later, what is about 3 years old now. So I give that to my rice cake soup, and then I finish it with a little sesame oil and a little bit of soya sauce. And then I have a few of those nice little dumplings. Well, she made them a little bit bigger. I make them a bit smaller for you, easier to taste. So I add these in the soup. And amazing flavor. For me, something really, really great experience to see something really new and unique.
Yeah, I've had tteokguk a countless number of times, but never with doenjang tteokguk.
Exactly. What was it like? I mean, making the meju for the first time.
Amazing. I love to learn things from professionals who specialize in one particular item, and just to talk to her and be at her place, and she showed me how to do it, was an amazing experience for me. So really, really nice. So the soup is almost done. There's a few garnishes what go on top. I have a little bit of the egg yolk,
so
the egg
shall
white,
we join?
the spring onions. Come on over, yeah.
Yay! And they say in Korea that if you have a bowl
smells
of
good.
tteokguk, you age by 1 year.
Only
And
when you
that
have
we
a bowl
will-
of tteokguk,
That's
you
right.
age,
And
right?
that's
So
what
I don't
we're
want
gonna
to
do
age.
now.
So if I just skip out
we
on this
refuse
meal,
to eat
I'll
this bowl
lose
of
weight
tteokguk.
and age less.
Now this is a
All right.
pretty healthy meal,
Looks
so you
really
can
good.
actually.
All right, that brings us to the end of our New Year's edition of Korea Today.
All right, Happy New Year to you all, and enjoy this glorious day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Yay, time to dig in.